Hi everyone, this is April Cordell from Fleece Boutique here in Dallas, Texas. I said today what we'd like to do is talk about the knitted cast-on. One of the advantages of this particular cast-on is that we don't have to estimate how much yarn we're going to use. So if we have a large project that we're casting on 200-300 stitches, this might be something you want to use in lieu of the long tail. Now, one of the major differences between the two is that this is a thinner cast-on than the cast-on that we showed you last week with the long tail. This is really great cast-on for, let's say, baby sweaters or some fine fiber such as mohair or lace work. So you want to keep that in mind so we don't have a great big bulky cast-on there. So today, I'm going to give you a demonstration of this, but I want to show you some new needles that I just got in the store. Love these needles. These are the Addy Rocket 2s. They're squared. Now, for those of you who perhaps had used squared needles in the past, I would like you to take a look at these. Maybe first of all, it has some little sectioned areas off of here. Now, it's slightly squared. It's light as a feather, but what I have found is that it establishes a stitch definition that is just about perfect. And I've tried it with several of my knitters here in the store, and all the stitches come out about the same. So if we're talking about establishing a consistent gauge, I really like this needle. So to get on with the class, we're going to go ahead and show you, I'm going to show you again how to tie a slip knot just to get started, and then we'll go ahead with the knitted cast on. Now I'm going to start again with our slip knot. Now again, we do not need to estimate a whole lot of yardage for this. 6 inches is plenty. I'm just going to wrap this around my finger. Just drop the working yarn across the back of my 2 fingers. Wrap it around one time. Tuck it in the back, pull it up, and this is our slip stitch. I'm going to put it on the needle, and that is stitch number 1. Now the major difference between the long tail and the knitted cast on is that we are actually going to be using both needles, and we are going to be knitting the stitches on. We're going to go ahead and knit the first stitch as if it is a regular knit stitch, but instead, and I'm going to go down into the loop, but instead of taking it off, I'm going to take my right needle and pull it off to the right, take my left needle and tuck it underneath the stitch on that needle, and bring it around, pull it off, and bring it over. Let me try that again. So I'm going to knit the stitch, wrap it around, pull it through, and bring it over to the right, take the left needle, and you can stretch this out as far as you want, because what's going to happen is when you pull it over, it's going to hug the needle right there. Watch one more time. Knit the stitch as normal, pull it through, but stop before you take it off the left needle. Bring it over to the right, tuck your left needle underneath, and just slip your right needle out. Now, as you get consistent with this, this really works. You don't even need to move anything. You're just gonna leave that right needle in, swing it around the back, just like this. You just do a little figure 8 here, go under, take your right needle and go in the back, and as you can see, this goes on quite nicely. You do want to keep your stitches down below the point so that you get a nice even gauge, and you can see this nice stitch here. So that is our stitch for today. Again, that is the knitted cast on. Next week I'm going to show you how to do the cable cast on, so stay tuned. It's my goal to teach the world to knit one stitch at a time. So please join us again, Fleece Boutique, Dallas, Texas. Thanks. Bye.